last live video was tripping. But man, we back. Sorry about that, chat. Let me know if everything y'all can see me. Everything is good. Let me know. 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 All right, let me know. Give me thumbs up, man. If y'all can hear me, if you can see me, if everything working, let me know. Let me know. All right. Yep. Can you hear me, Dre?
Yes, sir.
All right, we good, we good. All right, turn your camera around and turn it back around, and it should work. The video should work. All right, we can hear me. All right, we good. All right, y'all. So welcome back in. Sorry about that. Some technical difficulties. With the stream, man. I ain't used to deal with all the technical difficulties, but it's been like that today, man. You too. Come on, let's get it right. Let's get it right today. The people want to hear us. People want to see us. So let's get it right. Let's get it right. But all right, Jay. So before I had jumped off, before I ended the last live stream, there was a question in the chat about Caden Salters and Juju, the competition, and how you felt about
Uh, it's gonna be a real competition. If y'all think that Juju just gonna come in here and lay down and because Salter's a guy and he's played that he not gonna compete, he gonna compete. If he get beat out, he gonna be okay with that. But those guys are gonna battle for the job. From everything I see, Salters want to be the guy. Even today, watching the videos today, he's going with the lineman. He worked with the lineman today in the Army video. He was going with the lineman. He carried one of his linemen today. So he's showing that he's putting forth the effort and showing that he wants to lead this football team. But Juju's not gonna just go quietly into the night. He's gonna battle. But again, I understand that Juju is still young. Uh, and he has a lot going on, but he gonna battle for the job. It's gonna be a great competition, and may the best man win. But both guys are showing they have qualities. When you got a great strength and conditioning coach, go and get their bottom. A lot of people think it's about your arm when you play quarterback, but it's more about your legs and the power, the push off when you throwing the football. So with them working with Coach Swayze and stuff, you're gonna see better throws and better thrown football. So we're gonna have a great competition in the spring. Don't think we'll see a name starter coming out of the spring unless one of those guys just is head above everyone else. And then that's not to throw salt on Ponder or Star because you get what I'm saying. Those guys are gonna come out here and try to compete as well.
it. That's facts. So like Jonte finally got his invite to the combine. How do you feel about finally, right? Because I talked about he's gonna get the NFL Combine on the Sunday show. But how do you feel knowing that he finally got that invite to the Combine?
You know, I'm happy for my Florida guys. They deserve it. LaJohntay Weston was a superstar before he came to the University of Colorado. At FAU, he was that guy. Uh, so to come to Colorado, to dim his light just a tad bit, to come play with a great quarterback like Shador and a great talent like Travis Hunter, knowing that you got a guy like Will Shepherd coming in, and you already had one of your Florida brothers here in Jimmy Horn. The selfless acts and guys, the Ohio State quarterback say, "Show me your sacrifice, and I'll show you your blessing." I'll say that again. He said, "Show me your sacrifice, and I'll show you your blessing." And these guys have been sacrificing all year long, and now they're just reaping their blessings and reaping their rewards. So you got to be happy for those guys. Uh, he went out there and this is how the combine really works. Guys like Shador and Travis, they're gonna get invites without, they don't never have to inform y'all that they going to the combine, they'll be there. But 9 times out of 10, Travis and Shador not gonna participate in anything except for the measurements. And the same thing he did this week. Probably go and
Interview.
interview, talk with teams and stuff like that.
He
So
might
to
not
get an
even do
invite from
medicals.
the combine, multiple teams have to ask about you or say they want you to be there. And so what happened was it probably was teams already asking about LeJounte, but then once he went to the combine and did what he did, once he went to the Shrine Bowl and did what he did this week, more teams asked, and so that's why he got the invite. Don't be surprised if Will Shepherd gets an invite after a while. Just don't be surprised if Will Shepherd doesn't get an invite because that's how the combine works. I come to find out is it's got to be enough teams asking to see you at the combine for you to get the invite.
Man, what a blessing it'll be to have three wide receivers representing the University of Colorado at the NFL Combine. When the last time can you say that happened at the NFL Combine for the University of Colorado? But welcome in everybody to RobDaManMedia. Sorry if you're just not tuning in. We actually just started the stream, so you ain't that late or anything like that. We had to restart the stream for technical difficulties, but it is what it is. Just wanted to give y'all a heads up. We're gonna do a live uh today, Wednesday, tonight and tomorrow. And then Friday, I'll be gone for a week and a half, 2 weeks. I'm normally always going during this time period because it's my birthday. So I'm normally always going during this time period. So if you want to send a cash up, anything like that, you can. I ain't asking for one, but if you want to, you feel free. But I'm normally gone from this time. So normally I'm overseas, out the country, and I will be overseas out the country beginning Friday. So that's why I said the next 2 days you get a live stream. You might get one while I'm overseas. You never know. But we just letting you know. So you wonder why you haven't been seeing us this so far this year. It's because I've been out sick with the flu real bad. And it took me out for a while. So that's why you ain't really seeing us live like that or anything like that. So I ain't missing. All right. I'm alive. But I just want to give y'all an update. We are gonna have more guests on the platform in 2025. And we will be working with some different content creators. So some you might like, some you might not like, but just know when they on with us, it's gonna be a great show. Just tune in. And sometimes, man, sometimes just sit back and just listen without having an opinion. And that it'll take you a long way in certain things. But just want to let you know, Coach Dre, if you want to give them the update, well, we got something planned out. It's up to you. But we do got something planned out for this year with other content creators, so y'all stay tuned for sure.
What it's gonna be is if you follow me on Twitter or things like that, you see me posting a lot of Norfolk State, Delaware State stuff, and posting a lot of stuff from different content creators. Y'all, the guys that y'all see me kind of in their chats and stuff. We started something like a brotherhood. We just trying to support each other. Again, if we don't support each other, who can? We all kind of doing the same thing. All got brought together by Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffaloes. Again, for me, this has been something that I've been following on my own without anybody else because, like I say, I'm a coach and things of that nature. But again, I'm just gonna always be trying to push the positive, never the negative. Like you say, it's gonna be maybe one or two guys up here that y'all might feel that uh they've been strongly against him when he was at Jackson, but I want y'all to listen to the guy and let him trying to understand where he's coming from, because he's a good brother and he has a great heart and things of that nature. But we just gonna try to people negativity going on in the world. Every time you pick up your phone, somebody fighting, somebody doing this in our community, and like I say, it's people getting in the last month and a half. I've had two stories of a coworker killing his coworker because they was arguing about football, and then two of a best friend shooting his other best friend because they was arguing about LeBron James. Really? We shooting and killing people about football and basketball? Come on, and that comes from that negativity. That comes from that place where you don't have to go. Again, it's not. I always say this every Sunday. It's not about what you say. It's about how you say it and how you present it. You could be absolutely right, but the way you present it can make you dead wrong. I'll say that again. You can be absolutely right. The facts and everything that you think can be absolutely right, but the way you present it can make you dead wrong.
Facts.
And
Facts.
so that's what I'm here for, man. I just, like I said, I just want to bring us together as a people. Uh, you was on with Dukes the other night. You heard him say, from now on, I'm gonna call him Deacon Dre and all this. I'm not a deacon. I'm not none of that. I'm just a guy that's, when you living in your purpose, it's easy. When you living in your purpose, it's easy. My purpose is to bless people, especially these young guys, these young men that's coming up playing football, trying to make a way. Like I say, everybody not gonna make it to the NFL, college, where they can get an education, get a degree, don't have to pay for it. It's a blessing. It's a blessing. So you just look out for what we're gonna do. We haven't changed in the last 2 years, guys. So don't expect us to change anything we do. But that doesn't mean that we have to, y'all have to agree with us, or that don't mean you can't come in here. Long as you being respectful and doing it the right way, we have no problem with that. I promise you, we have no problem with that.
Hey, listen, you can comment and say whatever you want, as long as you don't get to disrespecting any woman in the chat or disrespecting any human being. You good. I don't care what you say. You can say whatever negative thing you want to say. Don't mean you gotta get a response. That's just simple as that. But moving forward, if y'all got any questions, man, put it in the chat. This is about y'all today. It ain't about us answering this question or that question or doing anything like that. If y'all got questions, put it in the chat. We want to make sure that we get all the answers to y'all that we can possibly, if we know. If we don't know, I'm just gonna tell you flat out we don't know. Or if we can answer or not answer certain things. So, but the next agenda right now for Colorado football is focusing on that the combine. Whether Shador throws at the combine or not is gonna be to be determined. I'm just gonna knock that question out the park for you. So if you got a question if Shador is going to participate in the combine, we truly don't know. Majority of the time, top 5 picks don't do anything at the combine. All they do is go there for like measurables, um, interviews, medical. But they have the right to refuse medicals to certain teams. If they feel like they don't want to go to that team, they have the right to refuse it. Everybody does not have to get the medical report on each player. So I want y'all to keep that in mind. So if a team don't get a medical, more likely the player ain't going there. I'm just gonna keep it a buck with you. More likely ain't going there. But Coach Dre, with your experience of going through the NFL draft process with Ant, what would you say the biggest thing that you learned coming out the NFL combine?
It's more about, like he said, it's more about the measurables. It's more about the meetings with the teams. It's more about the chalk talk. And what I mean when I say
Board.
chalk talk, I'm explaining to you guys again, is the board work, the terminology, things of that nature. So, especially with a guy like Shador, with a quarterback, you done seen the throws. The film speaks for itself for Shador, any quarterback for that matter. It's about the chalk talk. Do you understand football? Do you understand these analogies? How fast can you pick up? So listen at this. Those teams, let's say the Giants, Browns, and the Titans, they've probably sent Shador their playbook or some form of their playbook. So now when Shador gets in these meetings for the combine, they're going to go to talking about these plays, and that's going to let them know if you really look through their playbook. Have you really spent the time? Have you really been in there perfecting your craft? And so that's the biggest thing with for him for the combine. Like I say, and I know everybody's trying to throw salt on Shador because he's not participating in doing this. Nobody said that when these other quarterbacks didn't do it. All Ed did when he went to the combine is ran the 40. We wanted to run a fast 40 because he wanted to get in the 4.4s, close to a 4.3 as he could. But he didn't throw. He didn't do any of that stuff. He didn't throw until his pro day. Okay? And we went 4 in the draft. So we talking about a guy that's going first. I think that year Bryce didn't throw. We came out the year as Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud. None of those guys threw at the combine.
Nope.
They all threw at their pro day, at their own personal pro day, where they can be. And again, you don't know what the NFL has laid out. At your pro day, this is something that you have laid out. You know the structure. You know who you're throwing to. At the combine, you don't know any of that. So that's another thing that hinders a lot of guys now from throwing at the combine. So I'm not, like you said, we're not sure if he's going to throw. The combine will be I seen Miss Phyllis asked about the 7th. The combine will be like a week, so they'll do it by groups. They'll go offense, defensive line. I think they'll go tight ends, running backs,
The combine's
linebackers.
gonna be more. The combine's gonna be more towards the end of February, not the beginning.
Right. I don't think it's, yeah, because the 6th, the 7th, that's more like the Super Bowl, I think. So I know it wouldn't be. So
Yeah.
it's right. It's like a week or so after the Super Bowl. They give teams time enough to get through the Super Bowl because uh, all eyes on the NFL want to be on that Super Bowl. They want their eyes on the Super Bowl. So it won't be. I know it won't be on the 7th, but it will be like they'll start like on a Thursday and end like on a Sunday. I think it's like 4 groups that'll go. And so with the DBs being last, so if Travis does anything, it would be on that last day of the combine. Which again, I don't expect him to do anything. Um, I see another question. Any
I'm gonna come. I'm finna come right to it.
Go ahead.
Shout out to the 199 super chat. Hope nobody enters the transfer portal. Somebody's gonna enter the transfer portal. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I know you don't want nobody to, but somebody's gonna enter the spring transfer portal. That's just the bottom line to it. That's just the nature of the game. It's a numbers game. This like right now, there's a lot of players going through winter workouts just to see where they're gonna sit on the depth chart during the spring. If they don't like where they sit on the depth chart, they more likely gonna transfer. That's just the nature of the game. It's a numbers game. But you got to Colorado is well under the scholarship number of 105. So we got plenty of scholarships to offer players in the spring portal, as well as National Signing Day is coming. Not saying that Colorado's probably going to sign somebody on National Signing Day, but if they do sign somebody, it's because we have the roster to go sign somebody on National Signing Day.
Right. And then like they say, the portal. The one thing is, guys, you won't have to worry about the portal long. It's a 10-day portal. It's a 10-day window. They got 10 days. And what you'll start seeing, guys, is you'll be able to see it because they'll start dwindling themselves down. We'll be in the middle of the portal opens right after our spring game, I think, or something like that.
2 days. It opens 2 days before our spring game. I want to say.
2 days before our spring game. So what I'm telling you is they'll have you got 10 days. So it won't be long, things of that nature. So like you say, we got a lot of scholarships still open out of that 105 that we have to be at. So we're not really worried. Uh I see my Miss Phyllis asked about Coach Prime contract. Here's the biggest thing, guys. We can get a contract extension done at any point in time. Coach Prime is under contract right now. That's what the biggest thing was for any NFL team to come get Coach Prime. They'd have had to pay him out of the contract that he's under. He signed a 5-year contract for $30 million when he first came to Colorado. Unbeknownst to y'all, it was supposed to be a deal that would have paid him $7 million. But he, being the man that he is, he told him, no, don't worry about the $7 million. Just give me the 5 and put the other 2 in the bucket so I can go get some good assistant coaches. So I think Rick George is going to do the right thing. Colorado has the people around now, and we got a good guy in Reggie Calhoun who is over the NIL and over that kind of stuff now. Also a
Sure.
brother like us, and he knows what it is. So I wouldn't be concerned about that. The thing is, guys, he's under contract right now. That's why Coach Prime is not really saying anything. Where everybody's, you know what I'm saying? They talking, talking, talking. Now, whatever his team is putting out, my brothers over there, they is talking about what he's worth. But everyone knows that Coach Prime came to Colorado when Colorado didn't have the money. Y'all
Yep.
remember that? They said they didn't have the money. That they were hoping that they could get up enough funds, and Coach Prime came here with that. So we know it's not about the money like that. It's just about the appreciation.
Yep.
And that's why I try to go out. That's why we at RobDaManMedia, we try to go out our way to let y'all know how much we appreciate y'all. We thank y'all because y'all don't have to be here. Y'all don't have to listen to us. None of that. It's just about the appreciation. So don't get so worried about the contract. Like I said, Coach Prime is under contract right now, and they can get an extension done anytime they want. Anytime they want, during the summer, during the season, anytime they want, they can get a contract done just like that. You
I
get what
mean,
I'm saying? So
I would say this: just because you haven't heard news doesn't mean that it's not done. It's things are not signed, the ink is dry. They don't have to announce it publicly. That's what I think people get caught up in. Is like why they haven't announced something. They don't gotta in college. You don't have to announce contract extensions, contracts, anything like that. You do that just to put, just to draw some attention to you, just to say something
no,
that
hold
you've
on,
done something.
Rob. If it's a state school, it's got to be. It's got
Well,
like
yeah,
that's the thing. If it's a state
yeah.
school, they have to. It's state records. It's a record that you can go
You
pull
you
up.
could go look
Any
it up.
contract,
Yes,
yeah, that you can go look it up. Now, what he's saying is right. They don't have to put it out. They don't have to say it, but it does have to be public records for the people to know in the
correct.
state because it's a state school. So it does have to be public records, but it don't have to. I don't think they have to necessarily put it out. But that's
I'm talking
why
about
most
just
people. Yeah, go ahead.
broadcast it publicly. I'm saying they don't have to broadcast it publicly. They have to. The state has to know because you're a state employee. But as far as publicly putting it out, no. So, Coach Dre, what are we looking to pick up in the spring portal? I'm gonna answer this first part of it, and then I'm gonna let you go. Um, the first piece of that, you're looking to upgrade the bottom 20 of your roster. That's the main thing. How do we upgrade the bottom 20% of our roster in the spring portal? The spring portal is when we really dive deep. If you look at these teams that Prime has had, the spring portal has been the better portal for Colorado than the winter portal. The guys that sticking around and actually truly played has been the people that's coming in from the spring than the winter time. And it doesn't make sense, right? Because you want the guys in the wintertime because they've been in the program and they've been through your weight conditioning program to get better. But you also the better pieces came during the spring. But I'm gonna kick it over to Coach Dre.
Uh, like he said, this is what we know right now. Uh, that everybody's gonna get the opportunity, right? You're gonna get the opportunity to show what you have. Um, right now, the only place that I see us going after somebody heavy is on the offensive line. I see my guy Trey asked that. Yes, I think we gonna go after some more offensive linemen. No ifs, ands, and buts about that. We're gonna go after some more offensive linemen. I want to have 20 of them. And right now, I know we're not at 20. I think we like at 15 or something like that. So I always want 20 offensive linemen. So yes, the offensive line. Uh, I won't be surprised if they go try to get another linebacker. And here's the other bigger thing. Coach Prime is never Coach Prime is never cut off guard. So any kids that are thinking about the portal, talking about the portal, and that's when you have a relationship like Coach Prime has with these kids. And I'm just gonna take Wasim out of anybody because he's from Florida and I kind of know him a little bit. Y'all don't think Hassan Wasim had already told Coach Prime or talked with Coach Prime and said, "Hey, Coach, I think I'm gonna enter the transfer portal, see what I can do." And you don't think Coach Prime helped him? If y'all kind of notice the guys that probably went about this thing the right way, talking with Coach Prime, they have spots. They're in school. They're on somebody's roster, and
Facts.
so it's about the communication. Just like with anything in life, it's about the communication. So, yes, I do think we're gonna go after some guys in the portal. Uh, and it just depends on if we know guys gonna leave. But one spot I know that we're gonna go after is the offensive line because even if everybody stays, we still need more linemen. Like that's the only
Yeah.
position where I'm looking at, and maybe cornerback as well. Maybe cornerback as well. I think we got enough safeties, but maybe cornerback as well. That we probably would go after some guys in the portal, that play cornerback. Um, so
I would say
Uh,
I'm gonna say defensive line. I say we add a couple more pieces on the defensive line because you always gotta have
somebody,
depth for injuries.
somebody got to leave though, bro. That room is deep.
No, actually, I'm talking about interior. I think on the edge we're fine. The way somebody come in off the edge is you got to be a pure dominant dog. It's a no brainer. But as far as D tackle, when I'm looking at it, I think we can add one or two more pieces in that room. Not saying it, not, but here's the thing: it doesn't have to be a 1 year guy. It could be somebody that got 3 years of eligibility left. That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay. Now I'm with that. Yeah. Now if it,
Because
yeah,
you gotta
that
think,
would that would be smart. That
yeah,
would
you
to
gotta
me
think
that would be
about it. I'm thinking about it from the long term, like right. Your eligibility.
guys. I'm still here. I think his
I'm still here. I'm still here.
okay.
It's
Your picture just
YouTube.
went off.
Yeah, it's
Oh
YouTube
yeah.
tripping.
Uh,
But when you look at the older guys and what we losing, like you know what I'm saying, that's what I'm looking at.
yeah. Like I said, if we get somebody, it need to be a guy with 2 or 3 years. Because when I look at the interior, you talking about it's three guys right now that coming back. That's when Carter didn't play, McNeil and Barnes. Now you talking about Lightfoot and Otis,
Yeah,
uh, the kid from Texas and the kid from Texas State,
that's
and
six.
that's not to go with and that's not to say that's not to go with Houston Hudson, and I think McPherson can play inside. So that's why I was what I'm saying. That's why I was thinking about like it's 8 of them guys right there. You get what I'm saying with you know that's why I say if you do get somebody, it need to be somebody with some years, or you got to be a straight guy. You got to be a straight guy. You got to be from SEC, Big Ten, ACC, and you got to be been that guy where you was from. And then even when you come in here, you got to come in here and earn it. So,
Yeah,
uh, yeah, but like I say, my biggest thing is with us not being at 105, going after some offensive linemen, uh, and some corners, like the Echo Media said, I think we got more than two guys that's proven though. I think you got DJ, you got Hood, and you got my boy Vickers that came from Oklahoma, which I think Vickers will be kind of like he'll play like the Hood role this year. Uh,
you still got Preston. You still got Preston there.
Hard's gonna be more that nickel guy.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think the
but you got you
I
still
think the
got
people
Hard.
that
Go ahead.
no, you hit the right on the head because that's where I was going. You still got Hod, you still got RJ Johnson. I think what's going to surprise the people is RJ Johnson because you didn't really get to see him last year. And he could be another DJ McKinney all over again, like a 6'2" long corner all over again. So you got depth. It's just the pieces that's behind these guys because these guys played so good. You didn't get to really see the depth pieces. It was, and we wasn't in blowout situations for them to play, or they
Right.
didn't get hurt. So that was a problem. Is that we just
And
couldn't
then
get them on the field.
you got the young guys. You got the young guys behind them. You got Branch. You got Hollywood Murphy. Uh, you got guys. You got some young guys. You got Benz. I can't pronounce his name, but him. You got him
Ben
behind
Bosey.
him. Ben Bosey. So you got guys that's there. Like he said, we just haven't seen them. They're not proven. So everybody is kind of like, oh, we need to go out and get some corners. Well, I don't know about that because everybody wants to come in and play, and these guys gonna be in here, be in this system, know what's going on, and now you got to come in here and catch on quickly. Now that's the one spot where I didn't see any guys come in that didn't come in the spring that just came right in and played. Like I think Riley and those guys came in the second window, and
Yep.
they didn't. You get what I'm saying? So on that defensive side, if you're not there right now, I think it's gonna be hard pressed for you to see the field like that with the guys that we got in here right now working. Especially when you got a guy like Brands who highly touted out of Northwestern in Florida. Vickers coming in from Oklahoma. And like you say, I think that you're gonna see a couple of different sets on the defense. I know we've been playing that 4-2-5. I think you're gonna see some 4-3-4 this year. I think you're gonna see a little bit of that with the, and if that goes on, Preston Hodges plays for Preston Hodges to still be in the field when you to that defense. So
Hey
we
Jay,
just, like I said, we just got.
I'm gonna throw this idea at you, Jay. With having TC back, with having Barnes, having Otis, could you see them having a 3-down line and
I
running
don't.
them
I
up?
don't.
I don't think we're gonna do
I,
this, but I'm just saying having
yeah,
those
I
three.
just. Yeah, I just. I don't. We got too many good ends to not to have a 4-man line. I just don't see it.
Well, here's my idea
I
where I'm going with it. That's why I say hold on. Here's my idea where I'm going with it. Right, you have those 3 down linemen, but you're able to move your edges around and have them create pressure from up to the waist, whether that's standing up, whether that's coming from the outside linebacker position, or however you want to do it. But those are your 3 set down linemen, and your fourth one is just always moving around to create pressure.
right now, right now for me, and it's not that I love Barnes, but right now, if I'm going out there right now, for me, Barnes is not my starting defensive tackle.
I can
So,
agree with you. I can agree with you on that one.
uh, if
It's just
McNeil is held,
yeah.
I see McNeil. I see McNeil and Otis. And then you got him as we people keep forgetting about dang, what's the kid's name?
Who, Brandon Swain?
But Brandon Swain. You get what I'm saying? So it just comes down to what we need. I believe in everybody that we got. I just think it's gonna be a rotation with Barnes, McNeil, Otis, Lightfoot, the kid from Texas State, and David Swain. And then at that end, you got Sam, you got Al Walker, you got Wade, you got McPherson, you got Merritt. You got enough guys to keep guys fresh. Uh Tay, I think that Tyler gonna play offense. I just think we got too many guys on defense right now. I thought at the beginning of the year, I thought he was gonna be over there at defensive tackle. If you went back to a couple of shows, like right at the end of the year when the season was coming to an end, I thought that the move that they were doing was to probably move him over there permanently. Right now, I don't think that's gonna happen. I think he'll stay on the offensive side of the ball because we just got too much going on right now at the defensive tackle spot.
I
And
think adding Lightfoot, it's kind of got the
yeah,
same prototypal body, so it's like there's no point of putting Tyler over there.
Texas State, especially getting the kid from Texas State came, I was just like, yeah, it's gonna be hard to say that he gonna play over there. And I we got to go get some tackles so Tyler doesn't have to worry about playing tackle and he can just play guard. I just think he's a guard center type. I don't think he's gonna play center because we went out and got McGee, and I see that Yaya has been practicing at center, so I don't see Tyler Brown playing any center. Uh, but I still think he's a suitable guard for us. I still think he's a guy that can lead. So, but I don't think he'll play any defensive line at all.
I think he's going to end up being a guard. I like what I'm seeing from Cartier, how he's taking the weight room serious. Um, but I don't know what that looks like with him just yet. My question mark right now on the offensive line is right tackle. If I got any questions right now, it's right tackle. I think at the guard
Right
spot,
now,
we're a little bit
right now,
better. We got competition at the center spot, and I ain't got to worry about the left tackle. That's already solidified. Right tackle is the
that,
question mark I got right
what I'm telling you right now is that's the only spot. that you can say when you ask somebody who's starting. That's the only spot I can say for sure I'm good. Hey, he started at left tackle.
Yeah.
I like Houston. Houston came in, did a solid job for us. Pressed me and said, "Hey, Coach Bray, who you got as your starting five going into spring?" I would go with Seton Brown, Cash, Flapjack at the other guard in Houston right now. If you just press me to go with it right now. Only reason I wouldn't put Gooden in there right now is because we haven't seen it. That's the only reason. But I'm just
Uh,
going by.
I mean, Houston's coming off an ACL injury. I don't even know if he's going to be ready to go by the time the beginning of the
Yeah,
season starts.
yeah, that's right. Okay,
So, so
the
that part
kid,
right there, let alone
the kid we got from Illinois. He looked
he's
like
gonna
he's
start. He's gonna start. I don't
so.
know if they're gonna kick him into if they're gonna leave him at right tackle or they can kick him into a guard, but he's gonna start. I'm still iffy if Tyler Brown's gonna start. Just because of the guard
I'm with.
situation.
Hey,
But
listen. Listen. I was on. Tyler Brown's my guy. I have no rebuttal for anybody who tells me that this year. I have no rebuttal for anybody who says, "Well, Dre, I don't think he's gonna start." Hey, bro, I understand. That's all I can tell you. Hey, bro, I understand that. I completely understand if you don't feel like he's gonna start. Because like I say, once I see these freshmen, once I see Gooden, once I see uh Smitty, once I see these transfers in the Colorado uniform, I'm not going by nothing that they did. Not to say that they haven't done enough where they come from, but the kid McGill, I think he can play guard. So that is my whole thing: is can we keep Cash at center, put him at guard? The kid from the kid from
I know who you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. So my
the
here's my
kid.
thing. This is my here's my pushback on Tyler Brown. I want to know what we're going to do offensive wise before I can say I can piss with Tyler Brown in. If we're going to run the ball and get downhill, I give you Tyler Brown. But if you're going to take pass blocking, I gotta. That's where it makes the difference with me with Tyler Brown on the offensive line. Is if we're going to allow him to run block and use his athleticism to get out in front and just maul people, and we're going with actual running concepts. I can go with Tyler Brown starting, but I just don't know what the concepts look like yet.
I
That's
I,
what we're
I
gonna
kind of
find
got.
out.
I know what the concept gonna look like. Now, here's the thing, guys. We're saying that Marshall Falk probably gonna be the running backs coach. Well, who was his guy at the Rams? Who was coaching? Pat Shermer. So I think the offense is gonna look a totally different, guys. I think and I think Tyler Brown is a better run blocking guard than he is a pass blocking guard. I agree with Rob on that. I think any offensive linemen, they want to get lathered up by running the ball. That's how you get yourself going and punishing somebody, letting that man across from you know that, hey, I'm gonna be here hitting you in the mouth all day long, and this is what it's gonna be. So I think you will see a different Tyler Brown, and even different for some of these other linemen because of the way that we're going to run this offense. Again, the offense will look like it looked when Staub ran the offense the game that Shador didn't play. And depending on if it's Salter or if it's Juju, uh depends on the 11 and 12 personnel, even though I think we're going to play a lot of 11 and 12 personnel because we
Yeah,
have good tight ends. We have good tight ends this year. Uh and then Savell Smalls is looking good. I think he can be that H back for us, as well as Michael Welch can also play that H back when we go to the 12 personnel. So uh We just got to
I think
again.
like
We
for
got to
Tyler
be.
Brown, here's what I say with Tyler Brown. I would love to see Tyler Brown in a zone blocking scheme because I think that fits him best. A zone blocking scheme fits Tyler Brown. If you're telling me we're gonna go out and zone block where we can allow running backs to make cutbacks and things like that, I'm all for it. For Tyler Brown being in there because his athleticism is going to allow him to reach the second level, which allows us to get 4 to 5 yards. I'm for it. I just don't want to see him and like because then if you're doing that on passing situations, he's going to look a lot better instead of just telling him you got to pass block 90% of the time and we're not running the ball. That's where my issue comes in at.
Little bucket. I'm gonna go with little bucket first, bro. They just out of high school, bro. These workouts are totally different from what they saw in college. I mean, high school. Gooden didn't play at IMG, so it wasn't the same as it was like for Smitty and Cash and those guys. I don't think he's getting killed in the workouts. I've never seen him quit. He pushed his way through today. Nobody quit in that Marine workout. If you listen to Coach Mo, y'all see where it come from down here, the Florida boys. You get what I'm saying? Bethune Cookman. Again, I knew about that. I knew about that because my brother played at Cookman. They went through that, so I know what that looks like. Cookman always, when they were good before they got whatever they got going on now at Cookman, they always were good because they did these type of things. And I was happy that Coach Mo broke that down and gave Bethune Cookman their love this morning. But you saw our studs struggling a little bit with that. Anybody would struggle with that. It's grown men that's been in the service for a long time that tap out with that Marine training and stuff like that. So I'm not gonna hold that against him. What I saw when he got those practices for the bowl game is that kid was going up against starters and he was holding his own. So I know that Coach Swayze, Coach Mo gonna get him stronger and faster. Once we get on these pads, we'll make an assessment about that. For Chris E, we stockpiling tight ends because that's what Pat Shermer wants to run. Guys, let's be honest with ourselves. Again, guys, all we had to do was listen. Shador had ultimate control to change plays of this offense. So Coach Shermer could call a play. Shador could get up there and see something else he liked, and he had the green light to change it. Listen to Shador and Travis talk. It's time, bro. We were just out there saying, hey, he playing off this, and this. I see this. Hey,
Yeah.
let's go out there and run this. You
Listen,
get what I'm
drawing up
saying?
the play on the
There,
sideline. Hey, they do this,
there,
we gonna run this.
there will not be that going on this year. Salter will not be over there telling Pat Shermer, hey, bro, none of that. Hey, run that.
Now, I will say this. This the part where Salters will have a little bit of control. He will be able to say, "Hey, Pat, I see this. Can we run that?" He will give him that option. I can't say he won't because I've had a personal conversation with Pat before games and talked to him, so I get his
I agree.
concept, his mind
I,
way.
I,
But
I
full
agree with
control
that.
like
What I'm
Shador
saying,
had, no.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, Shador be up there 90 times. Like Shador, my dog changing the play. If he sees something, if he think he got a one-on-one matchup, he think this here, this. Hey, you get what I'm saying? I don't think they'll have that. I do believe that Pat will have the trust especially by the fall time of those guys to be able to see something out there and they come to him and say, hey, coach, I see this. Can you think we can do this? But what Shador had and again, Pat told you, they asked Pat a simple question in a so what control does Shador have of the playbook? He has the full control. He has whole like they're not lying to y'all. Like that's why I get upset when people act like it's this and this and this. These people tell you the truth. They tell you exactly what you ask. They don't try to sugarcoat it. They don't try to dress it up for you. They don't do none of that. They tell you exactly what you ask. So what are
Yeah,
y'all looking for?
yeah. I think that's the biggest key that people miss. I'm not gonna put everything on Shador because I didn't see Travis say, "Hey, we not running that. We gonna run this." I done seen LeJounte come over there and get suggestions. I done seen Jimmy give suggestions. I done seen Will give suggestions. Like, listen, this is the kind of coverage. This what we can do. This how we can take advantage of things. So it was a full collection of them. So I
Oh
don't want to
yeah,
put everything on
but
Shador because it
again,
was a
I
full
think it was.
collection of them
What
seeing
I'm
stuff.
saying is, nobody said anything to Brady. Nobody said Shador Sanders is a Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, uh, those type of guy that he's cut from that cloth for quarterback. Like as much as people want to give the dude that just got hired back by the Patriots, wasn't Josh McDaniels?
That boy
Man,
keep a job.
Tom, Tom Brady was calling that offense.
Yeah. That
I don't even.
exactly.
I'm being 100. I'm being 100%. I'm being 100 with y'all when I say I don't even know who the OC was for the coach when Peyton played. I don't even know his name. I can, if somebody know who the offensive coordinator was for the new for the coach when Peyton Manning was there, y'all let me know because I want to know his name. I don't know who he was.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Like you
It's
get what I'm
that's
saying.
interesting.
So when you have guys like that don't come along a lot. So when you get guys like that who have football smarts, and now you see coaches in the NFL coming out and saying, "Oh, Shador he has great awareness of the game. He knows what he's talking about." Again, that chalk talk that we were talking about at the beginning, he has all of that. So when you have a guy with that kind of stature and that kind of you able to lean on him a little more. And so and that's what has Shador ready to play in the NFL because he understands what it's gonna take. He understands what it's gonna do, and he's been groomed for this.
Hey, Mr. Steve, you're 100% right. Wins and losses fall on two, so he gonna do it his way. Hey, and you had all the power too, so why not? I mean, at the end of the day,
Again,
when you got the power, why not?
again, they told y'all that at the beginning. That's one of the first things that Deion Sanders told y'all. He said it's only two people here that's gonna take wins and losses, and they both last name is Sanders.
Yeah.
And so they laid a foundation for people that's in our group. I keep telling y'all now we building a house, but they laid a foundation. They laid a foundation. Travis, Shador, those guys laid a foundation. The same thing they did at Jackson. They laid a foundation.
All right, Jay Trucking. So let me answer this right quick. I thought Shador was running past offense. Bucky told Buff and Prime that two was running what was called. So listen, we never said he didn't run past offense. He did run past offense, but he had a variation to change what was called. He had a variation to go on the sideline and dry up stuff, and they ran it. You can go to well off videos, and it'll show you where they dial something up on the sideline. I'm at the game, so I know it happened. But for well off to go and put it in there, you know, because normally I'm always sitting behind the Colorado's bench. I got plenty of footage that I ain't never released to the public of that I can show you where multitude of players and then went up and designed something or Travis said something and they did it that what they asked. So it's not just past offense, but they seen things and made adjustments to things on the fly
Now,
based upon player personnel.
Jay Trucking, what we telling you is I got an offensive playbook, right? And every play in my in the book. He knows if you see this, you see this, you see this. We're not telling you that Shador. We're not telling you that Shador variated from Pat's playbook. We just saying if he got out there, and he saw something else that they know that they can run with one call, he could audible to it. That's what he did, and you saw that a lot. It was still Pat's playbook. It was just something else that those guys seen. You get what I'm saying? The same way, like I say, nobody questioned Peyton Manning. Nobody questioned Tom Brady. Nobody questioned none of those. Nobody questioned these other college quarterbacks that have that range of motion. But because it's Shador and because his dad is the head coach, that's the only reason y'all look at it that way. Y'all just keep it 100 with yourselves. The only reason people look at it that way is because Deion Sanders the head coach. Point blank, period. If Deion Sanders is not the head coach and Shador is out there doing that, oh man, y'all see he's surgical out there with it. Oh, he did that. Boy, he a mastermind. But because his daddy is the head coach, y'all make a big deal out of it. It's not a big deal. It's still Pat Shermer's playbook. And what I'm telling you is they're in the huddle. Pat calls the play, he calls it. Now when he gets to the line and sets up, again, this chess, this ain't checkers. But Shador has made it back to being checkers for him because he's got so good. So now when you line up in certain positions, sometimes you give away the play with the way you line up. So now because you thought I lined up this way, I was running this, I'm audible to that and make you keep thinking. It's a thinking man's game. So in football, you gotta outthink your opponent because they have the film. They're watching you. So once you put a play on film, people are trying to diagnose a way to stop that play that you put on film. So yeah,
I'll give you a couple of
go
things,
ahead.
right? When you look at when Colorado always started slow and figured it out in the end, it's because they're trying to see what the defense is going to do repeatedly so they can get the answer. So that was a lot of, and here's the second point I'm going to make to this. Has Prime ever called out Pat Shermer for bad play calling? Because I just see some college coaches call out their offensive coordinator and say how we need to be better, right? Prime always tells you if he hears what's being called, Pat's calling a good game. That means whatever Pat's calling, sometimes it ain't the play that he's calling ain't getting ran. And if you just run what he's telling you to run, may end up with a different result. But at the end of the day, we in 9-4. What else can you can ask for, right? Even with Shador Sanders doing it his way, it still led us to 9-4. So we gotta take the results into matter, right? I know we could be upset, and it's a couple games that could have slated us to be into the college playoffs. It really could have been. But when you break down and you start actually looking at the variable of things and the play calling and how things were maneuvered, if you actually go back and watch the game, you can watch the door check into a different play. It ain't hard to understand what's really going on. But I digress. But Coach Dre, I've seen a question. So here's a question: what do you see us in the Big 12 far as next year, as of right now, and roster wise? I saw them well off where Shador was asking for any wide receivers in that K-State game where every wide receiver was hurt. He was looking for anyone that was able to catch the ball. Yeah, hey, listen, there's plenty of times in games that a lot of stuff that y'all didn't see on well off that actually happened. Like, or Shador has come to the sideline and legit asked his receivers, hey, what do y'all see? Boom. Hey. And the receiver was sat there and told him, hey, just feed this person the ball right now. Feed that person the ball. I'm okay taking the back seat. Selfless. But those are the things that don't get talked about, but you're seeing 3 wide receivers right now at the East and West Shrine game play a part. Do you think like some of them rushes they ran at the East and West Shrine game that they couldn't run it at Colorado in the game? And being successful with that? Just think about if they ran some of those routes in the game, how much more successful Colorado could have been. That's just a selfless of, hey man, it's this time. Hey, listen, give him the ball. He eating based upon the coverage. That's what they see. So it's a lot of things they got that y'all didn't see that actually truly happened. And if you went to a game, you actually just sat behind the Colorado bench. You never watched the game. You just sat there. It'll open your eyes to a lot of things that you wouldn't even think that's happening. That's actually happening. And a lot of things that people complain about and some of the things that's being said on the sideline would answer a lot of those questions that you question about that they are telling people that people just not flat out doing it. There have been plenty of times where I've seen Pat flat out tell them, hey, if you see this, do this. If you see that, do that. And people go out and do something different. I've seen it. I got it on video. I just didn't release it to the public because I didn't want the players in that spotlight. But I have a lot of film from inside the season of things that transpired that I've never publicly put out. Never. And I'm not because I look at it and to protect protect everybody in that situation, right? Whether if it's the coach, if it's the players, whatever the situation was. There's a lot of things that happen during the game that a lot of people don't see that I could have easily released, but I ain't in it for that. You know what I'm saying? So, but it is what it is. It's Andy Reid's offense, but Kelsey freestyles at times, and now that he's always open. That's a good example because Kelsey does do that. All receivers have a great chance to make it to the league, win-win. Facts. Pat Dow's up great play calls. He's a great offensive mind. He's seen the game with an old school mentality. Listen, if you was to ever sit down with Pat and just have an actual conversation with Pat, a lot of people will enjoy talking to Pat. Like the notion, the tag they get put on Pat Shermer is diabolical to me. It's diabolical. If you actually just sat down and truly had a conversation with him before a game, after a game, or anything like that, you would actually get to see the real side of Pat Shermer, and you have a whole different respect level for Pat Shermer.
This the thing, guys. You don't coach in the NFL as long as he has been a head coach, been an offensive coordinator, if you're not good at what you're doing. And Coach Prime has got the best intentions for all his guys. Just listening to Rob talk, he told y'all, you've never heard Deion Sanders come out and say, hey, we got to get better with our play calling. We got to get better with that. When we lost the football game, he came out and publicly said that the play calling was great, that the guys had to execute. Again, as a football coach, all you can do is call it. That's all you can do. All you can do is dial it up. You can't go out there and run the play for them, right? Again, we're so busy trying to talk and trying to find something negative, and I'm not talking about you, JR Trucking, I'm just saying in general, that we forget about these young men have to execute the play. And that's why football is so, you have to be so team oriented. And that's why the guys are doing these Marine drills and trying to bring them together, because you need 11 guys to do their job to make one thing go right. Because if one thing goes wrong, it can mess up the whole play. Just one person. Out of the 11, you need everybody to do their job for this one play to work. If one guy does his own thing, it messes up the whole thing. And so that's the part that I think that we have to look at. And again, we have to listen to Coach Prime and these guys when they talk. The same thing like when we were talking about the kids in the portal. Have you heard anybody come out? Now last year you heard all this BS, right? And all of it got debunked. It got made, the people got made look like fools, right? This year, any guy that hit the portal, have you heard any one of those guys come out and say they were treated wrong? They didn't get treated. They didn't get treated right. Coach Prime plays favorites. He does any of that? No, because that's not what's going on. That's why Willoff doesn't just show y'all the good. They show you the bad. They show you the ugly, because they don't want people to say, "Oh, y'all just trying to put out the positive spin. Y'all just you want people to see y'all in a good light." We know that's not the truth. But what y'all see them in, the light y'all see them in, and the light they see themselves in, I guarantee you it ain't the same light. You see when Shador played bad, Coach Prime came out, he was real short and sweet. Oh, he played like garbage today. But I guarantee you Shador's gonna get it right, this, and this. The next week he came out and balled. Again, you don't have to, what's the use of harping on the negative? What's the use of kicking somebody when they down? I continuously to tell y'all that you don't know. Me and bro been on here for almost an hour. It's been 50 to 100 people in here. You don't know how many of those people is somebody parents that's on the Colorado football team, or somebody from Colorado. And like I say, with me being a parent also of a kid that's getting recruited, I wouldn't want nobody to get on here and bash my kid. And now you, like you say, you heard Salter's mama say, "Hey, I was kind of worried about my baby coming to Colorado, boy, because these fans, boy, they real hard. They real hard." But it's just about these guys tell you the truth. Coach Prime don't never tell you no lies. He tell you the God heaven truth. He tell you what's going on. It's us who try to delve into this and try to pick this out, pick what parts of what Coach Prime saying. We gonna take that and run with it. We ain't gonna say the whole statement. We gonna take the little piece that he said and we gonna run with that instead of running with the whole statement. Go ahead, bro.
Oh no, you good, man. You was cooking. I was gonna let you cook, but no, Uncle Steve, you right. They get graded every day, right? Whether whether you agree or not, you get graded. Plus, you got to get your grade of how you perform, and that's the reality of what you see. When you gotta go watch film and you gotta grade your day-to-day play. You can't. You what you gonna do? You gonna lie to yourself? Because the truth of the matter is gonna come out. So when you not getting the passing grade, then you don't ask why you not playing, because those grades already indicate why you not playing. Did you show up on time? Did you watch the film? Did you watch a practice film of what we taught you and how we trained you? Did you follow that concept? And if the answer is no to one of those questions, you ain't playing. Like, just keep it real. Not alone, not to be, let alone the classroom. Are you taking care of business there? Because I think a lot of people don't understand. Prime ain't finna play you if you ain't taking care of business in the classroom. And we done took some losses because people didn't take care of business in the classroom. It's just that simple. And so what Promise, he came out and told you, listen, this year, if you don't take care of business off the field, you're going to get docked on the field. Whether you like it or don't. Don't come up asking why my money got docked because you didn't handle your business and do the small things. That's just the nature of the game. So how I see this, right? And when you look at going into year 3, Coach, I don't know if you're back yet. Going to year 3, what do you see so far
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Going into year 3 right now, what do you see different from right now with this group at the beginning stages to last year at the beginning stages? Because there's some things that I noticed already. I just want to see if you notice.
I mean, this is gonna be the first year. It's gonna be an adjustment for everybody, right? This is the first year Coach Prime gonna be without Shador and Shiloh. But I think that you're gonna see a difference. And what I mean by that, it's not gonna be a difference in the way he coaches. It's just gonna be a difference in going to coach these guys hard. He's gonna treat them like they're his sons. He already told you guys that I'm gonna make these guys my sons. And now he knows the spotlight is on him even more because now I lost Shador, I lost Travis. Now, those couple games that Shador won for you, now let's see if you can win those games. Now let's see if you can get it done without having Travis in your back pocket to pull you out. So he has a lot to prove as well as anybody that's there. And I think that's the level that y'all really think these coaches are vetting these kids that's coming to Colorado, but it's not. It's these guys that's leaving. Because I'm not finna let you come in here and ruin my now. Now I'm just a now I'm just you and when Shador talks. You saw the tone in his voice when they kept bringing up about his daddy being a part of his draft process. Well, what parent wouldn't want to be a part of that? What parent wouldn't want this done? So now it's personal now. I think Coach Prime made them always understand his business right now because it's the family business. Football is the family business. Everybody in the business together. Now they're not coached by Deion Sanders. So now when you taking shots and you doing stuff, now you see them being real offensive, taking offense to what people saying because of that fact. But what I see is for college, we're gonna be as good as we were last year. we gonna win the Big 12 despite what people think, because the boys that are coming back, it's something when you done been almost to the mountaintop, when you was right there and you could taste it. You get what I'm saying? It's something different. So now you see you see how Tim is working. You see his energy he getting off, because I know what it takes. I know we got a chance. I know we can get there. Y'all see that Arizona State was in the playoffs this year. They went. I think they was picked to finish right probably behind us in the Big 12.
Yeah, they was suspected to finish behind us for sure.
Again, the Bible always tell y'all the last shall be first. First shall be last. Just listen. So what I expect us to do is, these guys are hungry. Why you think a guy like Otis Lightfoot? Why you think a guy like Juju Williams? These guys want to come to Colorado because not only for the spotlight, and because they see what happened at the Shrine Bowl this week, but because I want to be able to I want to be able to build this house that these guys set this foundation for, and they set a hell of a foundation for these guys. And so I expect us to be 10-2, 9-3. Uh, like I say, gonna always be worried about the bye weeks. But this is just Coach Dre's idea. I think we need to practice like it's a game week on bye week. Y'all only get one day off, the weekend. The Saturday that we supposed to play, that's the day y'all get off. Every other day we practice and we doing something. Because of the simple fact is, those are the games where I think we fell off a little bit, or we lost our mojo. Because if we play Kansas State the week after we beat UCF, I think we beat Kansas State. Hands down, I think we beat Kansas State. And I don't think it might not even be close. We might beat them by 10 points or so. So, but the focus, and that's why you go out and get a coach like Swayze. Again, no disrespect to Coach Mo, but sometimes you have to do better. And I don't even think it's really a demotion. I just think it's something that I'm bringing in a legend to help Coach Mo put this in his toolbox.
Facts. I think the biggest piece that I see though is that we don't have to discipline people like we did last year, like at this phase of the game, right? Because you coming off that 4 that you was trying to get to that next day, we got better, but you don't see us having to do up downs, just to get people attention. You see the tension is a lot. The tension span of players this season, is at a higher level, coming off that loss in the bowl game. That's one of the first things that picked up to me is the layer of focus, the leadership piece, the people that's putting in the extra work that, you know what I'm saying, it's not expected, right? So and take it on to make sure other people put the extra work in. And the people that's speaking up and that's talking, that didn't speak up and talk last year.
Right.
Those
Like,
are the things that
this
you
the thing
see for sure.
I hear a lot of people, oh, I don't think if y'all go back to the bowl game practices and Timmons is standing over there with LaJohntay, I want to say is Jimmy and Travis. And those boys turn to him and say, "We leaving you in charge of these boys in this room. You know the standards. You know what to believe. You know what to do." And that's what you see Tim. You see Tim is leading by example. You see a guy like Draylon Miller who knows his voice can be heard because he done been played. Him taking the initiative. And if you that first video that they put out of workouts and you see Coach Swayze talking to a kid and telling him he proud of him, y'all know who he talking to? He talking to Cam McHale. These kids understand that tradition at Colorado, that it will not be turned over to the timid or the weak. So either you finna get on board or you gonna get lost. The first
Right.
well-off video you saw Seaton over there practicing by himself. The next one you saw him practicing with one other person. The next time they went to the pit, you saw about 3 or 4 of them. See, you don't have to say. See, again, real killers and real OGs, they move in silence. I ain't gotta say much. Just, hey, come on, bring your ass. We gotta go over into this pit. We gotta get work, cause all eyes on us. All eyes are on us, because what is this offensive line gonna produce this year?
Mm-hmm.
What can we do?
But
That's
hey,
what.
we appreciate it as always. Y'all tuning in to RobDaManMedia. We got some things, some business to handle. We'll be back on later on tonight. I don't know exactly what time yet, so I don't want to put a time yet, but we'll be back later on tonight. We'll have a live for you guys tomorrow. Before I go, before we go out, RobDaManMedia. Well, RobDaManMedia probably will still be live because Coach Dre will be on other platforms, so the platform will still be live. I just won't be on the platform. So I just want to give everybody a heads up. So don't get asking Coach Dre what Rob at, because I'll be out the country. I do this annually every year. If you've been following RobDaManMedia, you've been with me. Since the start of this, y'all know I go on a trip for my birthday every year out the country. So I always leave during this time period. So Coach Dre, he'll probably be on some other shows. The channel will be live if Coach Dre's on another platform. So just to give y'all a heads up. So if y'all don't see me, don't ask no crazy questions with Rob at. That's just what it is. Any last words, Coach Dre, before we get up out this thing?
Like you say, we always appreciate everybody coming through. Like you say, man, it's always about the positive for us. Coach Dre gonna always find a positive, even when it looks negative. Cause like I told you, you only see stars. You can only see the stars when it's dark outside. That's the only time you see real stars. Nobody never really thinks about that. You only can see stars when you only can see stars when it's dark. So that's the same thing with life. So in your darkest hour, in your darkest moment, is when the star power and the stars really show up. Not when the sun is already out. Not when the lights are shining the brightest, but when it's dark outside. That's when you can see the stars. Like you say, bro, I'll be gone for about a week and a half. You will see me on other platforms, B Watts, maybe even on Rust. You always see me in other people's chats, just chatting with the family and doing my thing, always trying to promote positivity. But like I always tell you, and this is our new thing this year. Now, last year, our first year, we was SOB. We would just strictly stand on business. Everybody was standing on business. And then last year I added, we got to stand on purpose or stand with purpose. And so this year we gonna stand in principle, because you got to stand in principle so we can stand with purpose, and then we can stand on business. Because again, how you gonna stand on business if you ain't got purpose or the principle? I'll say that again. How you gonna stand on business if you don't have the purpose and the principle? And as I always tell you, if I send no ships out, no ships will come in. And if there's no contest, nobody can win. Games can't be won if they haven't been played, and prayers can't be answered if they haven't been prayed. I am your man, Coach Dre. That is my brother, Rob the Man. God bless y'all, and we'll see you guys later.